Hey family, I'm sending this video out to our life leaders. I want to take a little time to update you as it pertains to what's happening in the world around us, specifically in regard to the suspension of our meetings and gatherings or weekly services. First of all, I want to emphasize what you all know, and that is that the church is not a building or a service, and canceling services and meetings I don't believe is a hindrance to who we are or to our mission. In fact, it's an opportunity for us to break routine, to press into God in prayer, to be more intentional and strategic in our relationships, to reach out to each other, and especially to reach out to those who are isolated, alone, fearful, or lost. Isaiah 35:4 says, "Say to those who are fearful hearted, be strong. Do not fear. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. With the recompense of God, he will come and save you." And again, the first part of verse 4, "Say to those who are fearful hearted, be strong and do not fear." I believe that this current crisis is an opportunity for us to be the church. This is a time for us to really be a salt and light to our community. And while business as usual is changing, I believe that it is prime positioning of God to put us in a place where we can adjust our time, adjust our schedules, but really focus and prioritize what's important. Now, as leaders, there's a few things that I want to encourage you in, and I have a few notes for you. The first is that I want you to be diligent in this season in prayer and intimacy with the Holy Spirit. There's a lot of information, there's a lot of things going on, and quite frankly, there are things to be concerned about, and in plenty for us to contemplate and consider and possibly even overanalyze. Our time in prayer and our intimacy with the Holy Spirit obviously is critical to our walk, but especially in the way that we respond and the way that we filter what's happening. I know for myself, if what I'm bringing in constantly is news and information and social media, and I'm focusing on what's happening in the world around me, and I'm focusing on all the stuff and the bad things and the potential things that could happen, then that tends to be how I discern what's going on. And in this time of more information than what we know what to do with, discernment is absolutely critical. And the way that we discern, Christians, is through the Holy Spirit. And so the more I am saturated in prayer and the more I am full of the Holy Spirit, then the more I am discerning what's happening in the world around me through the filter of the Holy Spirit instead of the filter of fear or concern or whatever other filter that we might have. The next is I want you to be diligent in staying connected with me and the leadership team. This is a critical time for us, for our community, for us to really do what God has called us to do. And the way that we do that is by us staying connected in relationship. So I would ask that you please don't allow yourself, and while we're being told to isolate, don't allow yourself to become isolated. Let's stay connected, let's communicate, and let's be sure that we are linking arms so that we can be the church that God has called us to be for our community. And the next is I would like you to be diligent in staying connected with your teams and your life groups, those that are in your sphere of influence in the church, in your workplace, and in the community. I'd like you to be diligent in staying informed of what's happening in the church, what's happening in the community around us, and also what's happening in the world. Now, I would caution you to not allow yourself to be sucked in and to feed on the steady stream of news and information that's out there, but to find some reliable sources, government sources, Centers for Disease Control, public health, healthcare. And if you don't know where to turn for information, you can call me. We have some folks that we're connected with that are smart, that can give us actual scientific information and actual accurate information about what's happening in the world around us so we can make informed decisions and not be moved by all the noise out there, but just simply process the right stuff through the right filters. Next, I would like you to be diligent in enjoying this sabbatical, the season with your family and your loved ones. I believe that God has given us an opportunity. Now, I don't believe that God made this happen, but I do believe that God uses all things for the good of those who love Him. And I believe that God can use this season for us for a time of rest, to recover. God is forcing us, or allowing this situation to force us to be less busy. And while we're home, while we're can't do a lot of things or do a lot of shopping or go to public events, let's use this opportunity to really take time with our family. Let's turn off, unplug, get out the board games, get out the snowshoes, get out the bicycles, and really spend time just being rejuvenated. And it's okay if you take the weekend off. And in fact, I give you permission this Sunday, sleep in. Also, I'd like you to be diligent in getting outside, being active. Be active physically, mentally, and spiritually. The tendency during a crisis is to sit on the couch and feed on the media, and then out of that, feed on all sorts of bad things. And I highly recommend turn it off, get out, get some exercise, have some family time. But feed yourself, be in the Word, do a Bible study, start a devotional, watch a series, do some things out of the ordinary, and maybe even take on some projects. This weekend, I'm taking on some outdoor projects. I'm going to get out and organize my shop. And I'm also planning on getting out into the great outdoors as well. I'd like you to be diligent in positioning yourself to hear God, to grow, and to bless others. So here's what's happening. As you know, we're not having Sunday services the next few weeks, and we have discontinued our public meetings here at the church. But that doesn't mean that we should stop being connected and stop pressing into the Word. We will have our sermons online on Facebook. We'll make them available on YouTube. We'll have postings on our webpage as well. And for those that aren't technologically inclined, we're trying to find ways to get DVDs out or sermon audio out in other ways. And if you need help with that, give us a call, or we can help you help others with that. We'll be having daily updates and encouraging messages also through those same sources. The food bank is active, and we are modifying how we do service, but we're still serving our community on Wednesdays between 4 and 6. If you would like to volunteer and be a part of that, give us a call. And then also we're checking the messages at the church every day to make sure that we are fielding the calls from the community and from our church members to make sure that we are serving them. This is our opportunity, church, and while we're doing our best to adapt and to overcome, this is really our opportunity to be there for each other and to be there for the community. Find ways to serve, find ways to help people, and as the word that we mentioned, find ways to tell those who are distraught or without hope or that are struggling to not fear. And God's got this. And not only does God have this, but we are not in this alone. So please, if there's anything that you need at all, if we need to talk, if you want to connect, please give me a call, give us a call, connect with any of the other leaders. But again, this is not the time for us to be isolated spiritually or to be isolated in our relationships. And while we maybe have a little bit of social distancing, let's not have spiritual distancing in that process. God bless you. I love you all. You're my favorite. We'll talk to you soon.